In this world, there are three things you can count on: death, taxes, and Coach Prime getting a 5-star. We're going to talk about Coach Prime's latest pursuit of a 5-star here on the 5-star Flex. Ohio State commit Na'eem Offord is arguably the best defensive back in the country. I think he's top 10 overall player, a 5-star plus, and he doesn't get much credit for what he does with the ball in his hands. If you have any question about how much of an impact Na'eem can make on the game, just go look a couple of weeks ago when his team came over, when his team hosted Carrollton and Julian Lewis, 5-star quarterback Julian Lewis. And at the time, yes, Carrollton came out on top. But man, the player that flashed the most was Na'eem Offord. Wildcat quarterback, interception, great defensive coverage, great in the run game. He can do it all. And so I'm interviewing his dad, Kaori, aka Malik. We go back years and years and years, since before Na'eem was even born. And I had no idea that Na'eem had become this type of player when I got into this thing. So we're having a conversation, and this is off the record. And he says, Dukes, he says one more team I'm looking at. But when I talked to his father, Colorado has better than a good shot at getting that last visit because of what they can present to Na'eem that no other school can. Well, one, they've got Deion Sanders. And Deion has this way of being relatable and also being an accountability piece. You don't want to, like, there are certain levels of players in the country that need a certain amount of relatability and accountability. And I think Deion Sanders, that's what he has. When you look at his relationship with Travis Hunter, how he lets Travis be Travis Hunter. But when it's time for him to get on his head, he gets on his head. And I think that's the same thing. I think that's one of the reasons why I think that Colorado would be a good fit for Na'eem Offord if they chose to go that way. Now, I got so much respect for OG Tim Walt at Ohio State. Man, I think OG Walt, man, he like when you hear about him and the way that he cares for the players, how he teaches the players. I think that's one of the reasons, probably the main reason that Na'eem is committed to Ohio State. But we're just talking about Colorado for this particular video. And I see the path for Na'eem to come in. When you look at the secondary, when you look at what they're building in Colorado, I know they're going to go get some studs out of the portal. And now there hasn't been a lot of times where a 5-star was open to listening to Colorado late in the process, and they didn't close or get really close to closing. So at this point, I'm expecting Na'eem to take a visit to Colorado. I think it's going to be tough. I think Ohio State gives them a ton to think about and a ton to look forward to. Oregon as well. I think Oregon has done a really good job. Auburn is still in the mix, not far away. Na'eem grew up an Auburn fan. But I think the fact that his father was willing to go on record and say, yeah, we really are paying attention to Colorado. And it's not just Deion. It's also assistant coach and DB coach Kevin Mathis, who his father's a student of the game. He remembers his time in the NFL, played for the Falcons for a while, also played with the Cowboys for a while. And I think that NFL experience for a guy whose older brother is getting ready to go to the league, as Na'eem's brother, Makai, is tearing it up right now. I believe he's 7th in the nation in rushing yards at Tulane. He'll be an NFL draft pick. And Na'eem's future and his aspirations are to be an NFL draft pick. And so I think the NFL experience that Colorado offers is something that also bodes well for the Buffaloes when it comes to trying to flip Na'eem Offord. With the exposure that comes with Colorado, how these guys kind of promote their players off the field as well, he has the perfect personality for it. So I think that, yeah, Na'eem Offord would be a good fit in Colorado if he chose to make that decision. Check out the interview and let me know what you guys think in the comments.
And it's another school that's trying to get in the mix, but
hold on. All right. You know you gotta give me the school.
So yeah.
What school? If not, hold on, let me ask you this. If Na'eem was to take another visit to a certain school, what school would that be?
Colorado.
Wow. Coach Prime
Yeah.
What is it about Colorado that has Na'eem considering a visit?
Just the ideal of where they see Naim at. Um,
Mm,
you know, they want to try to make him like the next Travis Hunter.
wow.
I know any kid, they just kind of caught his attention a little bit. So, and he never been out to Colorado, and it's just an
Okay.
atmosphere of mine. And you got to think about it, Dion. In my book, Dion is the greatest DB to ever play the game.
Wow.
College, and Coach Mathis, he a DB coach too. He play some NFL ball.
Now,
So
Coach Mathis was a dog too.
yeah, for the Falcons, you already
Yeah.
know.